Okay, welcome back. Today is Wednesday, April 29th. We're going to continue talking about magnets today. In fact, one of the best uses of magnets is in the creation of a compass. The compass is a magnet that's able to spin around. The Chinese actually invented this over 2,000 years ago. They first used it for things like fortune telling, but then later on they started realizing, hey, wow, this thing kept pointing to the same direction every single time. What if it helps us navigate in our ships and stuff like that? And so one of the best uses for compasses right now is in navigation. So on page 77, let's take notes on magnetic forces. Magnetic forces are very similar to the electric forces. We have north and south poles, and it's caused by these unpaired electrons. So if you have more electrons or less electrons. Magnets are very common to find. They're usually made of iron, nickel, cobalt, or, as you saw in Monday's video, neodymium, which is really strong magnets. Um, and you can magnetize other objects, so you can take a metal object, rub a iron magnet on it, and then the other object will become magnetic as well. Another way to make magnets is actually using electromagnets. And that's where you wrap a wire around a magnet. And by turning on and off the electricity, you can turn on and off the electromagnet. It can make it stronger or weaker and stuff like that. So the first video I'm going to show you is how to make an electromagnet. You're going to see that the person is going to take a metal nail, wrap some wires around it, and then, very important, use the battery to create an electrical flow. When the battery is connected, the object is magnetic. When the battery is disconnected, the magnet is not as strong anymore. So as you can see in that video, the electricity allowed you to control the strength of the magnet. So when the electricity was connected to it, the magnet became stronger, and when the electricity was disconnected, the magnet became weaker. Here are some more examples of uses of magnets. We have the compass, as I said, for navigation. Credit cards have this black strip that's called a magnetic strip, and it encodes data. And so if you run a magnet over a credit card, you can demagnetize it and then it won't work anymore. So that's no good. Even your microwave has a magnet. It has a big, huge magnet. If you open it up, there's this kind of metal plate over here. And when you plug in the microwave and you turn it on, the magnet starts to spin and it creates electromagnetic waves that heats up your food, which we learned in second quarter. And the final use is in the junkyard. So in the junkyard, you have these scrap metal picker-uppers, yeah? And this is a huge electromagnet. As you can see, when the electricity is applied to it, then it can pick up stuff, but then when the electricity is turned off, then it can drop the stuff. Do you guys recognize where this clip is from? The brave little toaster. Okay, I'll show you a short video on the junkyard scrap metal picker-upper, and then I'll see you tomorrow. For fun, you can even make your own magnet. You would need a sewing needle, a magnet, a piece of foam or a cork, and some water that you can float the cork on. What you do is you take that needle and you rub the magnet on it about 20 times, just back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth. And what that does is it magnetizes the needle. Once you magnetize the needle, stick the needle onto the foam or tape it in place. And then when you put the foam and needle on the water, you'll notice that it's going to point in a certain direction. And you made a very basic magnet.